This year, I went on 2 cruises as a single traveler. One was on the Disney Dream to the Bahamas from Cape Canaveral. The other was on the Carnival Miracle from Long Beach, California. People are always asking me how I can go on a cruise by myself. They say they could never go alone. Well, I can give you some tips on going it alone. Look on cruise line websites to see what their prices are for all categories. To do this, you'll need to pick a date and location for a sailing. Then, subscribe to some websites that give frequent information on discount cruise sailings. Choose about the same dates and cabin choices as you used in your research and compare prices. I picked an inside cabin as it was the most economical. As a single, you are going to need to pay a double price for the room because that's just the policy on most of the ships. I paid about 2 times $600, and that final price was still a good price. Disney provides bus transportation, for a fee of course, to and from the airport or from the resort. My Carnival cruise from Long Beach was close enough to have a friend take me, but I noticed that there was plenty of information available for transportation. Day of trip. On Disney, you can check your big bag before you leave the resort area, and it will go to your room on the ship. For Carnival cruises, you can turn in your bag to a porter so you'll be less encumbered, and the bag will go to your room. You cannot get lost because someone is always directing you to the next step, and you just follow the line you're in to board, get through security, get your photo taken, and pretty soon you're actually on the ship. The elevators will be loaded, so you can ask someone where there's another set. Now, here's a good elevator tip for a single person. If the elevator seems full, you say, "Do you have room for just one more?" Invariably, they will say yes, and they will make room. You hop on while the others are left standing there awaiting the next elevator. You feel bad for them, but not too bad. Dining. On the Carnival Miracle, there were 3 dining choices: early, late, and something called Your Time, which was 5:45 p.m. to 9:30. I took the Your Time because I didn't know what time I was going to be wanting to eat. The restaurant has plenty of smaller tables for a single person, and the wait staff always treat you like royalty.
Hi, I'm here with Martelli. It's nice to meet her. It's very nice.
And he's very good.
Very good.
If you want to be seated with a group and have group conversations, you should take either of the other 2 options. On the Disney cruise, I chose early seating and sat with the same people each evening. There is a 4th choice for dining, and that is the buffet restaurant. The dress here is casual. You just sit wherever you want. You can have breakfast or lunch in any of these locations. The adult section. On the Carnival Miracle, the adult section was called Serenity, a very apt name. Of course, there's a pool, a whirlpool, a bar, and many lounging chairs and hammocks. Shore excursions. You can book on board or through email ahead of time. Just make sure you book through the cruise ship you are on and not an unaffiliated excursion. People who book through the cruise line get priority getting off the ship and get taken off as a group, and you stay together as a group, so you can't get lost. And they are responsible for getting you back to the ship on time. This is important as a single traveler. On one excursion day, the line was very long to get off, and I innocently inquired if this was the correct line for me, and a nice couple invited me to be with them. We had a good conversation. On my latest trip, I took 2 trips that involved snorkeling, each a different experience. Sometimes it was difficult getting on and off the boats in the swells. I have had 2 knee replacements. I'm great in the water, but getting in and out is a bit of a problem, and I make the problem worse by holding a GoPro camera with a light in one hand. The guys that help you on and off the boats are very skilled, however. After all, they have to get you back on the boat and back to the ship. Debarkation. You will be given a sheet of instructions. Read them carefully. If you take all your bags with you to get off the ship, you will get off much faster than if you have the crew collect your bag and take it to another area for you to pick up after you get off before going through customs. If you are not in a rush, you might not want to be bothered taking your own bag off anyway. Do you feel more confident now to take that big step and take a cruise as a single traveler? I did not tell you everything about cruising because you can find that out on the website. Just remember to read the newsletter that you are given each evening. I just hope I have inspired you to think, yes, I can do this. Be sure to watch my other videos on cruising, ship activities, and snorkeling. Some of them were not by myself, but a person can learn some details by watching them. So, happy cruising!